I think one of the largest mistakes that a lot of folks make, deer hunting, hog hunting, hunting in general. Again, we're real concerned about scent control, and I think guys really underestimate the importance of noise control. And I will just tell you that as you're preparing for the season and getting your gear together, if it rattles, bumps, clicks, scrapes, figure out a way to make it not do that. It will increase your chance of success tremendously. The very first place that I would start, and the place that I put a lot of emphasis on personally, is my pack and how I manage getting things in and out of my pack. If we're eastern whitetail hunters and we're in a tree stand, we're going to bring a day pack with us. We're going to hang that day pack off of a hook, and we're going to be digging in that day pack throughout our hunt. We're getting snacks, we're getting binoculars, we're changing out hats and gloves. We're in and out of our pack a lot. Most of the packs on today's market, I don't care if they cost $300, they're noisy as can be. I know some aren't, but a lot of them are. And this pack that I'm going to show you, this has absolutely no reflection on the company. This is a VanQuest pack. A lot of you folks probably aren't as familiar with VanQuest. I know the folks at VanQuest very well. I've used their products for years. I love their products. This is a fantastic pack. I've used it forever. Again, no reflection on the product. It's just the nature of the design of the pack. A lot of the pockets inside of this pack have Velcro closures. And my number one rule for noise control with all your hunting gear is say no to Velcro. I'm going to repeat that. Say no to Velcro. There's a real nice deep pocket here. I keep a lot of things in this pocket that I get in and out of during a hunt. Batteries for my camera, energy bar, whatever. So here's the deal. That doesn't work in the woods. Again, say no to Velcro. I haven't done it to this particular pack because I own several VanQuest packs and bags, but anything that you have that's Velcro, you have the part that's soft that we all use for our arrow rests, and you have the hard hook part that's scratchier and noisier. And what I do is I just take a sharp pocket knife and just very carefully cut the stitching and just remove this part. So there is no Velcro. The pockets are deep enough that what I want to keep in here stays in here. I get completely rid of the Velcro. Just one food for thought. The pack that I use all the time, and I'm probably going to turn this camera down so you can see the pack and not my face. You don't need to see me. The pack that I have in the tree with me every time I go hunting is a Polar Fleece pack that, again, I bought it in, I think, Suffield, Ohio, from Portage Archery, from Mark Bauer and those guys. And I'm just going to guess and say about 1986. And I have used this pack literally every hunting season, every time I go. Olivia Moore, I'm glad you're watching. Hey, baby, love you. That's my daughter, for you folks that don't know. Fred, glad you're watching. Anyway, the pack that is my go-to pack when I'm in a tree stand, hog hunting, deer hunting, whatever. My pack that I use all the time, I'm going to show it to you, is just a Polar Fleece pack. There is no lining. It is not waterproof. Rain goes through it like a sieve. The way that I overcome that, it's not a very big pack. I don't put a lot of stuff in it. Gallon Ziploc bags. If there's anything I really want to stay dry, I put it in a gallon Ziploc bag, or they're not as easy to come by these days, but the old trash bags that went in the trash compactors. The trash compactor bags are a little bit heavier duty plastic, and I just use one of those as a lining in this pack so everything in there stays dry. A few little things I do with this pack. And again, this is my pack You guys do the math if you want to, I don't know. Since 1986, this pack has been with me and in the stand every time I've gone in the woods. I'm gonna move this back just a little bit and turn it down just a little bit. Okay, so there is a top flap in this pack, and I keep in this pack my camera bases to go on my different swing arms, extra batteries, headlamp. Here's what I want to show you. My headlamp's in here, it's no big deal. I want to make sure I get to that at all times. 100% cotton handkerchiefs. You can go to Dollar General, any discount store. You can buy a pack of 3 100% cotton handkerchiefs for next to nothing. I've got them everywhere. All my individual stuff that would make noise, like camera bases and extra batteries, I wrap them in a handkerchief, because you can always use an extra handkerchief. And when I wrap them and put them in this, it doesn't matter how this pack rattles and moves around, it is 100% silent. Inside this pack, I primarily carry 3 things. I carry my camera, I carry a bottle of drinking water, and I carry a bottle to relieve myself in so that I'm not literally peeing on the ground around my stand. I know some of you guys are going to say, oh, it doesn't matter if you do, it doesn't affect the deer one bit. It might not affect the deer. I can promise you it affects the hogs. If you're trying to kill a big bore hog, it's a no-go. So, but here's what I want to show you. Yes, our cameras are expensive, and yes, we want to take good care of them, but all I do with my camera is I wrap it up in a t-shirt. I get in my stand, I take the camera, I put it on my swing arm, I take my t-shirt, I fold it, and I set it on my seat as a pad. It does 2 things. It's a little bit softer on my rear end sitting, and I make sure this drapes over the back of the seat. So when I stand up and knock the seat back with my legs as game approaches, this padding makes it a soft touch on the tree, so it doesn't make any noise. And you'd be amazed if you underestimated the weather and you're a little bit colder than you want to be. You would be amazed at how much warmer you will feel if you take this extra t-shirt and put it on. Or if you unexpectedly ran into a snag getting in your stand and you ended up sweating and absolutely soaking your t-shirt, you have the option of taking your soaking wet t-shirt off in the stand, put it in your gallon Ziploc bag, put on a nice fresh t-shirt. If that happens, and then I no longer have this to wrap my camera in, I simply put my camera in my stocking cap and put it back in the pack. I have a bottle of drinking stuff and a bottle to urinate in. I got a black X on this one, so we don't drink out of the urine bottle and we don't urinate in the drink bottle, right? But that doesn't matter. Here's what matters. I have a pair of wool socks. Both bottles are in a sock. Silent. I can put these in and out of this pack. If there's other things down in the pack, like a saw, for example, a folding saw, a pair of clippers, and these would make noise touching those, completely silent. And just like with the t-shirt, if I unexpectedly get wet, step in a creek too deep, or just exert myself to the point where my socks are soaking wet with sweat, it doesn't matter if these aren't in the socks. I have a fresh, clean, dry pair of wool socks to put on my feet. So, handkerchiefs, t-shirts, socks. I use them for padding. Everything in my pack is padded. It is absolutely silent, does not make any noise. There's no Velcro, and it might be hard to see, but every connection here that's got a swivel or a clip is wrapped in black electrical tape. So again, it's completely silent. Doesn't make any noise at all. So for what that's worth, that's my noise control in my pack and handling that pack in my tree stand. And another important aspect of noise control is getting to your stand. I go to great lengths to prepare my stand site so that I am not making noise and leaving scent approaching my stand. This is common knowledge to a lot of guys, but just if you've never considered it, I take a pair of pruning shears, I take everything out of the way so I have a clear path to my stand without touching anything. So it doesn't rustle and make noise, I don't leave my scent on it. I literally take a leaf rake into the woods, and I have raked paths cleaned down to the dirt for 100 yards before, so that my final approach to my tree stand, I am not making any noise. Okay. This is in a random order. I just jotted some stuff down I wanted to mention. There's a lot of guys out there that are transitioning. They're new to traditional archery. They're new to the concept of this being a real close range endeavor and needing to get that close shot at a deer or just seeing a deer. Deer do not wander randomly through the woods. Deer know where they're going. They have been there before, and sign of their passing is on the ground. I just really would like for you folks to keep in mind, if you're out here kind of as a novice or a beginner and you're working on your first successful deer season, it's very tempting to find a trail, find something looks good, say this is it, throw up a stand. It might be a decent spot, but there's no way of knowing if it's the best spot unless you've taken a good look around. And if there's one thing that you could do that would increase your probability of success more than anything else, make a commitment to yourself that you're going to look on the ground, you're going to find droppings, tracks, signs of acorn caps, chip where deer are feeding on the acorns, scrapes, rubs. If you make a commitment to yourself that you are not going to hang a stand that doesn't have fresh deer sign within easy bow range of it, I promise you, disregarding everything else, your chances of success are going to skyrocket. That's it. That's a few things I had on my mind and wanted to share. I hope some of you folks find this helpful. So this is Scott Moore from Whack Outdoors. God bless. And as always, I hope to see you in the woods and on the trail.